Great rising, beautiful souls, magnificent souls. Super early. I've been up since 3 something, but I have another reading for you guys. So yesterday in my live, I did Good Witch versus, Wicked Witch versus the Good Witch. And that was a play on words from the Wizard of Oz. It's just a channeling. That was the symbology, because I think that a lot of people have this view of karmics. And again, like I said in my last video, the intention wasn't to demonize the karmic. The intention is to bring awareness to people's intentions. And sometimes people are being influenced by other entities that they're not even aware of. You might be a person that's being influenced, so you may not be aware. But Spirit wanted me to focus on a message that has been coming to me. I haven't made a video about it yet, but I have been feeling that a lot of the divine masculines are deeply remorseful. They are in a space where they are missing you. They are thinking about you. And that came through in that reading I did yesterday. It came through in the succubus reading I did. I need you guys to understand that it's bigger than just you and the karmic. I want you guys to understand that there are negative forces at play. And I think that that's why in the video last night, Spirit had gave us the card of unlearning, certain conditioning, beliefs. Some people need to unlearn that they need to do things to keep a man or a woman. You know what I mean? Even us, we sometimes feel that we have to go above and beyond to keep our twin flame or our masculine or feminine, whatever you believe. But Spirit wants you to know that all you have to do is love yourself. I think that's why that self-love came out for the Good Witch. And remember, the Good Witch versus Bad Witch, again, if you understand analogies, metaphorically, it just means that somebody is in their lower self and someone is in their higher self. It doesn't mean that I'm better, you're better than the karmic, because again, we have played the role as karmic before, right? We had to go through a process. We're still going through a process of learning our divinity. I can attest that I, at one point, did not know my worth. I did not love myself. I'm a divorcee. I've been in relationships where I got the less than I deserve. And it took me going through those experiences for me to learn. So I want you guys to understand, like, the purpose behind the readings are not for clickbait. It's for awareness that, yes, there are karmics or people, third parties, or whatever you want to label them as, that don't have good intentions, that are manipulative, that want to hold on for their own selfish reasons. But this awareness is so that you can vibrate at a higher resonance, so that you don't fall into the same trap or stay stuck in a cycle of codependency. Because essentially, if you're still displaying codependent behavior, are you really better than the karmic? It doesn't matter if you do magic or not. You know what I mean? Because if you're still in codependency, if you're still obsessing, if you're still watching, stalking, that is something that needs to be addressed within you. That means that there's wounds that need to be addressed, because you got to be in a space where you love yourself and that you are good, whether you have this connection or not, right? You have to be in a space where you are good, where you are fulfilled, where you are not rejecting yourself, where you're not hurting yourself by keeping yourself stuck to an old cycle of pain. They want you to understand that there is much more to the journey. This is a big part of the journey, but you come first, always. All right. So thank you so much for joining me. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys so much for supporting my channel. Welcome to all my new subscribers. I hope you enjoy the content. I'm trying to put out content that you guys want to see. I'm a small channel. I'm not big yet. Okay. I'm planning on growing. I expect this channel to grow I do expect to get 100,000 subscribers plus. These are my expectations. These are my intentions that I put out to the universe, because I believe that I am worthy and I deserve to have that, because I think I put out good content. I think my readings are really good. And There's a lot of great readers out there that are also spreading the word so that you guys can be aware of just really putting the work in yourself. So Spirit wanted me to talk about this card here. I asked Spirit what was coming through because I've been feeling the masculine yearning. I've been feeling the masculine missing and thinking about me and other feminines. And my initial response was to reject. My initial response was to block, because I was still angry, because I was still hurt, right? I'm still hurt. I'm still angry. That is what transparency is about. That is what the truth is. Most of us are hurt and most of us are still angry. It doesn't matter how much you love your person deep, deep down inside. I have made some proclamation declarations to the universe, and I've told the universe that it didn't want my masculine. And this is what we've been saying, most of us, that we didn't want our person. Not all of us. Some of you guys still want your person. But a lot of us have said, I don't want my masculine. I want someone new. And you got to understand that your words are super powerful. And if you're wondering why it's taking so long, think about the words you're saying. And I'm just speaking for myself, of course, but this may resonate with other people out there. I had to think about my words. I had to think about me, what I've been saying, what vibration I've been putting out there. And I have been putting out a vibration of resentment, because I'm hurt. I'm not necessarily in a space of where I was before, where I'm like, I was a mess, where I was crying and I was sad and depressed. No, I'm not there. I'm good, emotionally, but I'm still hurt because every time I watch a video or every time masculine pops up in my psyche or in my dreams, my initial response is to reject. It's, I'm over the. I'm over this. I want it to be over. I don't want to think about this person. I don't know, right? But where is that coming from? Me personally, that's coming from me still clinging on to the past. And I feel like, it's been a dance. It's been kind of like a back and forth between you with the mirroring. I feel like your person was there too. But at the end of the day, you miss your person, you love your person, and your person loves you, whether it appears that way or not. So when I asked Spirit to channel the message, this is for Sacred Soulmates. I didn't put the Sacred Soulmate title in front of it. I do that after, but this is part of the Sacred Soulmates. Anything that doesn't have a zodiac sign attached to it is part of the Sacred Soulmate series. I said, Spirit, so why is this masculine coming up so strongly? Why are you bringing out these messages about the karmics and holding them down? And they're wanting you to know that your masculine really does think about you, really does miss you, but they have made some mistakes. And the universe is saying, go back to the starting point, what you know to be true. And the only thing that I could think of was love. What I know to be true, despite everything, despite what my thoughts been telling me, what my crazy illusions been telling me, what my fears has been telling me. I know one thing to be true is that I love my masculine. And Spirit is saying that, okay, if you understand the concept of mirroring, then you understand that your masculine loves you too. However, both of you guys must break a toxic cycle. Now, this is going to be about your masculine's confessions. So let's talk about your masculine. So the first card that came out was nostalgia. And you know that nostalgia and memories, is implying that your person is thinking about you, reminiscing about you, missing you, right? When I get nostalgic, and I start to think about the past, I start to think about my childhood, I start to miss certain aspects of that. And also sometimes not nostalgia can be negative nostalgia. It could be focusing on the things that we did wrong or the things that went wrong or the things that, we thought we had but lost. So there is a very strong attention to the past on both sides of the fence. And Spirit is wanting you to evaluate those where your attention is. And is it toxic? Is it positive? Is your attention on the past based in positivity? or is it based in negativity? And a lot of us is it's a negative focus on the past of what he did, what she did, what he said, how he neglected you, or how he didn't do what he said he was going to do, or whatever he did or she did. There is a negative focus there. So that is what's creating a block. That's what's creating this avoidance, the stalemate energy, is what they told me. So let's talk about your masculine's confessions now. So the card that came out was memories. And I want to clarify memories, please. Divine timing. Okay. Spirit is saying divine timing is at play. Something about the past is keeping you guys from being together. And again, that Venus card is at the bottom. So let's talk about memories. I'm gonna pull from the Hidden Truth Oracle because I'm gonna directly ask your divine masculine, his higher self, to come through in this reading. Let's start with this deck first. Spirit, connect me to the divine masculine. I just want to know, what are you thinking about? What are these memories about, please? Let me give it a few shuffles. And if you're just joining, thank you. And please like the chat. I appreciate you guys so much for watching the video and sharing your time with me. I know it's super early. I don't know where you are in the world, but if you want to share, please do. I'm in Florida. Hi, everybody. I'm in South Florida. It is officially 5:40 a.m. So what they're thinking about is that you came closer than anyone else in their life. You made a big impact on this person. Like, can you imagine meeting your person, but not kind of like not knowing? I don't feel like they didn't know that it was you, but I think that there was so much going on when you met this person. And I think even you didn't know 100%. You know, some of us, you know, there's this fairy tale that's out there that says, you'll instantly know, you'll immediately, you know this is your person. Yeah, that does happen for some people, but it didn't happen that way for every single one of us. You know, we didn't all know that this was our person 100%, but we knew that this person was special. We knew that this person was something to us, right? At least I did. I met my person. It was serendipity, and it was weird, and I had just watched the video because when I met my person, I was just starting to get into tarot. I was just starting to read cards. I wasn't really in the community, or, you know, I didn't know too much about the serendipitous, I hope I'm saying that word right, events that come along with twin flame journey. But I knew what serendipity was. I've experienced it before, and I've had people, well, a person or two before that I thought could be my twin, but they ended up not being my twin. So I kind of was in a space where I kind of just didn't believe in the whole twin flame, or I don't want to say I didn't believe, but I wasn't like, I didn't include myself in the journey. Like I wasn't in the journey or interested in the journey at the time. I kind of went through a very hard lesson right before I met my twin. And it was like, I kind of gave up on love a little bit. I was suffering, I remember, and it was a Capricorn, and we weren't in a relationship. We clicked. I knew him, like I seen his picture. And it's so weird because the people that I thought were my twins were the people that I instantly recognized. Like I instantly knew them. Like, oh my God, I know them from somewhere. And they ended up not being the twin. It's so weird for me. But it was a Capricorn. And I was browsing on Instagram, and I saw his post. He posted a picture of his face, and I was just like, wow. And it was something about his eyes that drew me to him. And there's a rhyme and reason behind why I'm telling you guys the story. So please don't click off if you're, you know. Thank you for hiding. I didn't even see what this person wrote. Let me see. Thank you for hiding that message. And anyways, I seen his face, and instantly I felt a connection to a stranger. So I kind of didn't think too much into it because it happened to me before with one person that I dealt with for like 4 years that I thought was my twin. And I instantly connected with him through just looking at his picture. And I told a friend, oh my God, I think he's so cute. I sent the picture to a friend that I just met online. And she was like, yeah, you should reach out to him. And I was like, nah, that's not going to happen. And then 2 weeks later, the same guy just messaged me out the blue. So I had serendipity happen to me, but it didn't turn out to be my twin. They were just karmic soulmates. They were just soulmates, people that I had past life interaction with. But this particular last person prior to my twin, it was the same thing. But I actually sent him a message one day. I kind of kept an eye on his page, and it kind of was weird because he was being followed by another person that actually sold me my first tarot deck. And that's how I kind of came in contact with him. I just saw his picture. He liked my friend's post. I clicked on his name and I saw his picture. And I was like, whoa. And then I kind of just, a couple of weeks went by and I kind of kept going back to his page, never followed him. And then one day he posted something. I think I eventually followed him, and one day he posted something, a picture, and then I sent him a DM, and then that's how we got connected. And it was a great connection. It was very codependent. He was very codependent on me. I mean, it was borderline obsessive, but he was very codependent. But the connection was amazing. It was like, that was my person, but it didn't work out because I wasn't open to having a relationship. I was open to friendship. So it was mostly a friendship, but there was an attachment there. There was codependency there, and things didn't work out. And there was I keep feeling this energy of, it took the wind out of me because I was just coming off of that twin flame high with the person before him. And then I kind of gave up on that whole twin flame thing. And then I meet him and I'm like, whoa, now this feels different. This, because there was communication, it was intense. But me personally, I created a block around me where I wouldn't allow him to physically meet me. We lived an hour apart and I could not bring myself to physically meeting him because of fear. And that kind of, that was a thing. And then he didn't want to be in a relationship, but wanted me to be his girlfriend, kind of, sort of placeholder. I don't know. He was going through a breakup and I was the comforter. I was the nurturer. I was the one that, was there. And it felt like it was something, but it wasn't. There was no titles. But anyways, so after that situation didn't work out, that kind of just, I felt disappointed, and I turned off my emotions. I became emotionally available, and then I came across the twin flame, and yeah, and that was an experience, because that was painful for me, because after the Capricorn, I put in a lot of work. I put in a lot of work on myself. I did a lot of healing, a lot of stuff, self-work, inner work. And I was in a good space when I met my twin, but I was emotionally unavailable to being open to connecting to people. But I was completely in hermit mode. So when I met my twin, it kind of was like, oh, it was kind of strange, because I was in kind of a limbo period. And I was resistant to it. And he was a chaser and I was running like hell. And then it just became this back and forth thing, and then we're in separation. But this person is saying you came closer to anyone, and then I it's good to share your experiences, because again, we have to look at when we met this person and where we were. Where were you? Energetically, what space were you in? Were you open to love? And it's so weird because I did a cord cutting from the Capricorn, because I was in a little bit of a suffering emotionally, right? Feeling abandoned and rejected or whatever. And right after I did the cord cutting, I did I manifested, I asked the universe to send in my life partner. But at the time, I have the awareness that I was emotionally closed off. But at the time, I felt that I was ready because I was putting in a lot of work. I guess the universe wanted to, I was being prepared for union, but not quite ready for union, because I still had a lot of trauma to work through. And the twin always comes in right when you need to work out a lot of that trauma to prepare you. And when I met my twin, it was right after I did a manifestation ritual. I wrote out what I want in a life partner. I told the universe exactly what my life partner, I want him to be, look like, how I want him to act, all of that. And I met my twin flame. And right before I met my twin flame, I watched the video, and it was like, I can't remember who this reader was, but she was like, it was like the best reading I've ever seen in my life. Like she read me for filth. And she was like, you know, you're going to meet a Leo. And this was 2 years ago, you guys, damn near 2 years ago. And I went to a restaurant and I met a Leo. I asked him, what is your sign? He was like, I'm a Leo. And I was like, oh, fuck. But that's how it went down for me. But anyways, he's saying you came closer than anyone. Some of you guys are going to be like, bitch, shut up. Sometimes I stay awake thinking of you. I sometimes stay awake thinking about you. I wish I could read properly. Right? And yeah, they do. You speak to me through music. They do stay awake thinking about you. They think about you a lot. They really do. They've been really missing you and really focusing on you and how you came in. I remember my twin telling me the first night on our first date, he told me, and I don't even know why I'm calling him my twin, because I really pretty much told myself that wasn't my twin, but whatever. He told me, he was like, the universe, he always brought up the universe, and he was like, you know, it's so weird because I prayed to meet someone and you show up. And I was like, what? And he didn't know that I was a reader or anything like that. He didn't know, you know, my spirituality. It was the first time we had a real conversation. And he says that to me. He was like, it's so funny because I told the universe, I prayed, or he said something like he prayed to the universe, or he told the universe that he wanted something. I don't remember the exact words because it was 2 years ago, but I do remember him saying, it's funny how the universe works. And then he said that he prayed or he asked for a particular thing and he met me. And we had conversations like that, you know. But his religious background is completely different from mine. He was more religious and I was not. It was my fault, but I blame you. So he's thinking about that. It was my fault, but I blame you. Bottom of the deck. I'm grateful for the spiritual lesson. So he's thinking about that. And we both know I'm not the one for you. So he is definitely thinking that he's not the one for you because of the nostalgia, because of the fact that he blamed you, because of the fact that he was so mean to you and he didn't consider your feelings. But he did at one point. At one point, he let himself be vulnerable. At one point, this masculine was vulnerable and the feminine rejected the masculine. You got to think about it. Okay, because I know some of you guys are like, no, I didn't reject my masculine. Think about it. Think about why your masculine ran away. If you've been watching enough tarot readings, you understand. You may not have an understanding. So let me talk about this for a little bit. Runner chaser dynamic of the twin flame journey. There is a karmic cycle that you go through first. Okay, because you cannot go into union as a balanced yin yang couple when you have imprints, wounds, and trauma that you haven't worked through. You got trust issues. That's abandonment wounds, daddy issues, mommy issues. You have issues opening up, issues with intimacy. You have issues with self-worth, self-esteem. Those are imprints that need to be worked through before you can integrate. You can't integrate into a twin flame union. No matter how much you call someone your twin, you're still working out karmic patterns. This is a fact. You can look it up, you can really just sit down and do a lot of reflection on this. And think about where you were, what space you were in when you attracted your masculine. Were you completely healed from your last relationship, healed from your childhood trauma? Were you healed from your addictions or negative beliefs of self? A lot of you guys weren't. A lot of you guys were in a space where, yes, you were awakened to your spirituality, you were doing spiritual things, but you were still working through patterns. And some of us, our patterns were so deeply repressed that it took some of these relationships, karmic relationships, relationship with your twin flame, to expose these things, because what they do is they mirror these wounds back to you. So, a lot of us feminines have been hurt. We've experienced some sort of traumatic event on all different levels, some of us more intense than others, but our masculine kind of reflected those wounds back to us. And we had to get in a space where we had to really learn self-love. And that lesson came with a lot of pain. It came with pain. And that's nice, Farah, that you are not looking at the past, but have you healed? Have you completely let go? Have you healed from some of the traumatic events you've experienced with your twin or anyone prior to your twin? Can you honestly say that you're 100% healed? Can you honestly say that you're 100% good in the way you feel about yourself? Are you open to new love? Are you, optimistic about love? Do you see yourself as attracting love? Or do you still have some things to work through? So we all have to be transparent and honest with ourselves in order for us to get through these lessons, for us to finally break cycles so that we can go into union, whether it be with your twin flame or with someone else, right? Because we can't force the other person in the equation to do things. They have to do it on their own. So can you honestly say 100% on October 12th, 2020, 5:55 a.m. my time, Eastern time, 5:55. Can you honestly say that you have completely transformed? 100%. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys and say that I haven't. I have, that I'm perfect and I'm ready. I'm not fucking ready. I'm fucking terrified. Every time a guy talks to me or approaches me, my triggers, I'm triggered. They come up. I'm not like obsessively, but I think about certain things. Certain things come up like, am I really ready? That thought comes up in my mind. Am I ready? Am I ready? Because I get anxiety sometimes when I think about dating. I don't know how to fucking date. Do you guys know how to date? I don't know how to date. And that's me being 100% honest. But let's get back to the reading. I'm just putting things into perspective for you guys. So this person is saying, I couldn't let you get close to me. And that's possible. That's probably because you didn't 100% let your person get close to you. And that's probably because you didn't 100% let yourself be vulnerable. And if you did, or if you thought you did, as soon as you felt any signs of rejection from your masculine, you closed right back up. Like you went, and I'm a Cancer, I went right back into my motherfucking shell. I shimmied my way right back into my shell. I don't know what sign you are, but you did whatever you normally do to protect yourself, right? And that looks different for every single one of us. So your masculine is saying, I'm really thinking about the fact that I blamed you, right? I projected onto you, feminine. I projected my fears. I projected my pain and my suffering and my own insecurities onto you. And if he did this to you, can you honestly say that you didn't do the same to him? A lot of us did. Him or her, I'm sorry for the men that watch my videos. We did. I was scared that I might get hurt again. I was scared that I might get rejected, that I might get abandoned, that I might not be good enough. I was scared. And your wound might be different from mine. Your wound may not be, I'm not good enough, but the core of it all is usually I'm not good enough because somebody did something to us when we were younger or in a past life. So this person said, or is saying, I couldn't let you get close to me. And I'm really thinking about that. And I'm really kicking myself in the ass for not letting you get close to me because I really wish I did when I could have. I coulda, shoulda, woulda is what I'm hearing. And they are listening to music that reminds them of you. So maybe you guys had a song. Some of you guys, the relationship was fleeting. It was really, whimsical. It was like you didn't. A lot of you guys had the opportunity to really connect to your person, and some of us didn't. Some of us, it was fleeting. It was online. It was chatting online. A little bit of video calls here and there. Maybe a random meetup here and there. Maybe he comes into your town. He came into your town once upon a time ago and you connected with him. And it was that one experience. A lot of you guys are experiencing from different perspectives. But for the people that have the opportunity to really connect to this person, maybe have children, or maybe had a life, a family, or maybe had just multiple dates, cherish those moments, because your person's cherishing those moments. Your person's really thinking about the times they spent with you. Even if it was just one night, even if it was just one time, they're really thinking about it, and they're really missing you, and they're really hurting over the fact that they did not allow themselves to, because they're thinking about you, they didn't allow themselves to let you get close. And they're realizing that that was a lesson. They're realizing that they're learning their lesson in your absence. And this is why we go into separation, because of the codependency factor, because of the obsession and the possession. That's the abandonment. And the runners, for you guys that are runners, the fear of rejection, listening to your ego. Ego is telling you, I'm not good enough, or he's going to cheat on me. Amen. He's just like the others. And whatever it is that you tell yourself, that's not true. He did the same thing. So Spirit is saying your person, ooh, golden mirror. There's that mirroring. We have self-absorbed narcissist, one-sided relationship. Yeah. Your person is really thinking about how they only gave you crumbs, how the relationship was so one-sided, how the relationship was, how they manipulated you, or how they were being narcissistic. Not necessarily they were a narcissist, but narcissistic behaviors are just behaviors where people feel entitled, or they feel they have this sense of importance. This is the reason for the blame. They kind of put themselves in this space of they're the victim and you're the aggressor, right? Oh, she left me, so therefore it's her fault. She didn't love me. That's a wound. And vice versa, And sometimes narcissists will use that against their victims. They'll say, well, you leave me, just like all of them do, to kind of make you feel guilty. But I feel like this is real genuine remorse that this person feels. I feel like this person really feels genuine guilt and remorse. And they're really longing and yearning for you now in your absence. And that was the whole purpose of the separation. That was the purpose why the universe came in and said, no, we got to take you guys apart. We're going to put you guys together. It becomes very intense. It becomes very overwhelming. It becomes very painful. Or for some of you, insanely beautiful. But then when they rip that, when it's gone, you have a different appreciation for it when it's gone, right? You have a different appreciation for your masculine, because we go through phases where we, once we get past the anger and all that jazz, initially after abandonment or rejection, we have a different appreciation when we start to take accountability as feminines of, okay, I am going to take accountability for the fact that I was closed off emotionally. I didn't express myself because of fear or because of my own insecurities. And they have a new sense of appreciation for you. And this is why they're very grateful for meeting you, because you've cracked open their heart, feminine. And when they met you, they really, really liked you a lot immediately. They felt a very strong connection to you that was unexplainable. They couldn't explain why they liked you so much. Here's the serendipity. We have this lightning card, and it says sudden change, Shocking news, surprise, epiphany, upheaval, transformation. I feel like this is this, you know, this sudden change, this shocking epiphany is them realizing in your absence, what the fuck? Like, wow, like she really or he really was the one. Like, oh my God, no one understands me. No one has ever made me feel that way. No, and still after the fact cannot make me feel the same way you make them feel, right? It's what they're thinking. Like, no one can make me feel the same. No one can make me feel that happy. Sorry. There's something about this connection that gave them strength or gave them some sort of validation, but I don't feel like it was from an egotistical place. I mean, at some point, yes, but I feel like initially this person felt alive. They felt that maybe it's possible for them to actually have love, because we're talking about wounded people here. We're talking about you are meeting your masculine in his most wounded state. He's not in a state of his high, he wasn't in his highest vibration where he could have been, right? He was in a state where he may have been going through a difficult relationship or just came out of one. He could have been still dealing with someone. And you got to kind of put yourself in this person's shoes of, and remember, I don't know your masculine. I don't know how your relationship went. If you were with somebody that was super abusive, maybe that's just a karmic partner. I'm not going to say that masculines don't become abusive emotionally, maybe verbally, maybe physically, but just kind of think about that, really, really reflect, okay, on how they came in, because we have narcissists here. So some of them may have come in, they may have came in a lower vibration, but think about what put them in that lower vibration. Think about what are they acting out? What kind of wound is being presented to you through this golden mirror? What are they showing you through this mirror? Is it, do they seek validation? Because a lot of times when someone really doesn't feel good about themselves, they'll have a haughtiness about them. It's really just ego, really just putting on a show. But deep down inside, this person may have self-worth issues. And sometimes people that have self-worth issues, they kind of get their sense of validation through hurting other people. I don't necessarily feel like your masculine's intention was to hurt you initially. I think that during your journey with each other, during the back and forth, it just became very toxic between you two because of patterns being brought to the surface. I think that these patterns were, for both of you guys, these imprints really showed through because, again, Spirit wanted you guys to acknowledge the things within you that needed to be healed, because sometimes it takes difficult situations, painful situations for us to really, really do the inner work, for us to say, you know what, I really need to do some work on myself. Why did I allow this person to treat me this way? Why did I allow this person to take advantage of me? Why did I give so much to someone that was giving me so little? A lot of times these are the lessons are being presented to us, because if we don't learn the lessons, we're going to keep getting taken advantage of. We're just going to keep going into the same toxic pattern over and over. And Spirit was saying that they were getting tired of those stupid patterns, because you kept telling God, why, God, why am I not happy? Why aren't you, why is this happening? And God wanted you to know it's because of your patterns. So when I kept feeling like my relationships didn't last, it was because I was emotionally unavailable, because I pushed everybody away. I sabotaged every single one of my relationships because of my own insecurities. And I had to learn that lesson. I had to look at myself in the mirror and say, you keep saying you want a relationship, but when someone comes along, you are completely closed off and resistant. Why is that? Because I have self-worth issues that needed to be presented to me for me to heal, that was deeply repressed within me. I always thought, I'm just protecting myself and I don't need to be in a relationship. I don't need to be with anybody. But guess what? My ex-husband traumatized the fuck out of me. And I was completely against commitment. So every time I met a guy and once he started talking about commitment and settling down, I completely ran for the hills. That was a toxic pattern of mine. Hurting people because I didn't want to face up to the fact that I was afraid of commitment, running away, ghosting people. I was the queen of ghosting. And I didn't realize it until this twin flame came along and ghosted me. I thought I was just protecting myself. I thought I was just not settling. No, I was fucking a commitment phobe. That was my issue that I was in denial about. Why? Because my husband completely traumatized me because he rejected the fuck out of me. He didn't want me. So my way of avoiding being unwanted was not even allowing myself to be open to any relationship that looked like commitment. So we have to be honest with ourselves and transparent with why we go through what we go through. Why some of us are allowing men to harm us because we don't love ourselves enough. Why? Why is that? You got to get to the root of the issue. And you were reflecting a big wound to your person so they can figure out, why the fuck am I so goddamn toxic? Because they were afraid. Show me why they were toxic, spirit. What made them so toxic to our beautiful feminines? Yeah, empath narcissist paradigm, being charmed or used. Part of the reason was you didn't have any freaking boundaries. And they didn't have boundaries. They've been used by other people. They've been used by karmics and other partners that they've been with. And they kind of felt like it was just going to happen again with you if they allowed themselves to be vulnerable with you. They kept getting left. We have the Grim Reaper. They were afraid of being hurt. They were afraid that you would leave them. And I felt that in another channeling. I think it was the video I did for Sagittarius. All the videos I do there's this one underlining message that comes through. I left you before you could leave me. It may come out, it may not come out, but that is basically what your masculine kept doing. Wow, we both know I'm not the one for you. Yeah, they don't feel good enough. See, I'm afraid to contact you. The underlying thing is that they left you before you left them. They don't feel good enough. We both know I'm not the one for you. It's because they don't feel good enough about themselves. Clarify, we both know I'm not the one for you. Welcoming love. Yeah. They were afraid of opening their heart. It says open your heart because of outdated thinking, bottom of the deck, outdated thinking and conditioning. And it says replaying events over and over in your head. And that was the whole thing. This is what they're doing now. They're replaying events over and over and over in their heads. They're thinking about you. They're missing you, but at the same time, they're thinking about the negative aspects of the connection. They're thinking about, being used or being left, being abandoned, not being good enough, or how they behave. And they are feeling some sort of guilt and shame behind that. And that could be why, Spirit's saying that they're regretting. They're regretting how they treated you. And that's why they're so afraid of coming in. Because they used you, because they charmed you, because they were a narcissist. Because they took advantage of you and your vulnerability when you allowed yourself to be vulnerable. And they've been thinking about this a lot. They've been replaying these events in their head. And the fact that they were so toxic, they're completely, utterly ashamed. And I don't think that this person feels like they can even come back towards you. And a lot of the reason why is because we've put it out there in the universe. See, they betrayed you. They think the relationship is over, you guys. We saw the Grim Reaper. Mirror. It says mirroring each other. Self-image. Reflect. It says self-image. Relationship reflects our wounds. Introspection. And this is why I'm saying that you guys are needing to reflect, because your person's in reflection mode. Look at this person on this card. He's reflecting. That's why he's nostalgic. I don't know if you can see very well. Right? So this is what I'm saying. He's in this deep introspective mode of really thinking about his actions. And he is really regretful. He is really regretful. But guess what? This was part of the spiritual mission. This was part of the mission. This was the reason why. Again, the main reason why you had to be separated, because it is in that longing, it is in that absence of you, or in the absence of them, that you can do the reflection, that you can do the actual inner work. This person really wants to tell you how they feel, but they're afraid to contact you. What else do you want to tell this feminine? What are your confessions? I guess I'm doing a little confession. I think I'm doing a little bit of confessing too, and you guys too are in the chat. I'm not reading the chats just yet. I usually try to read them after, because when I start to read them, I get distracted. But I'm sure that you guys know what I'm talking about, as far as when you really do the work. See, I knew exactly what I was doing. This is what's really fucking them up. Bottom of the deck. So they're confessing. This is their confession. I knew exactly what I was doing. That's their confession. I was a narcissist. I charmed you. I used you. I took advantage of you. My ego. It says girl with a snake, but it says being charmed or used. So this is their confession. I knew exactly what I was doing. But with that, they're starting to understand the connection. With that, their confession is, I'm starting to understand this connection. And with that, their confession is, I wish I could take back my words. This is why they're in so much regret. This is why they feel like they're not the one for you. This is why they feel like the relationship is over, Grim Reaper. I wish I could take back my words. They feel like there's no second chances. The Grim Reaper says there's no second chances. Look at this. Look at these two messages. I wish I could take back my words. I wish I could share my good news with you. I will wait for a sign. Let's talk about this. Yeah, it's time for me to heal. I like that they're healing. I like that. That's a good sign, right? I will wait for a sign for you. They're waiting for the opportunity. When they free themselves from these negative, toxic patterns, there will be some sort of leap of faith. This is Uranus. Uranus comes in with, a shock factor. And what's under it? Wow. I will wait for a sign for you is being clarified by opportunity and wish fulfillment. Very nice. So they're waiting. They are definitely wanting wish fulfillment, and they're wishing for you. And we saw that with the I wish cards, right? They're wishing for a reconciliation with you. They're wishing for a new opportunity with you. They want an opportunity with you, but they have to get out of this space of feeling like they're not good enough. And if they have to get out of that space, guess who needs to get out of that space as well? Right? This is not about one specific sign, my love. This is for the collective. Okay? I'm not pulling tarot cards because I don't want to make this about one specific sign. It's collectively how masculines are feeling. So, and Miss Holmes, I read your comment. You said he act like I don't mean anything to him. How do you act towards him? Let's just be transparent. I'm going to call out some names. And did you watch my video, Brianne Hackman? Yeah, he is. Okay, this is your message, Nicole. Thank you so much. It's okay. I understand why you are asking for a sign, because you want to know if this is for you. But you'll know just by my words. They will resonate. If they don't resonate, it's not for you. But this is for you. If you're watching this video, it's for you. You know your person misses you because you're mirroring this person, because you miss them too, because you're thinking about them too. Let's talk about that. If this person doesn't feel good enough for you, if they feel like they're not the one for you, how do you feel? You feel the same way. Let's just be transparent. So I called out I'm going to call out your messages. Miss Holmes, he acts like he doesn't want anything. He acts like you don't mean anything. How do you act towards him? Let me see who else wrote something. Zoe, how do you know? Hi. Hi from France. Hi, Picaroo, Florence. Thank you. I didn't see it. Thank you for watching from France. Where are you guys at? I'm in Florida. Okay. Okay, see? So Suri's being transparent. I miss him. I miss him. Hey, Australia. You were acting the same way. See, Miss Holmes is being honest. Please, please, please listen to what I'm saying to you guys, because you guys are wondering why your twin is not coming back, because you're not putting out the vibration that you want him back. Hey, India. Oh, thank you for watching from India. Houston, Texas, California. Oh, shit. What time is it? It's super early for you, Jenny. What are you doing up so early? So Miss Holmes says, I was acting the same way because when I used to act lovely and vulnerable, he would say, get out your feelings, or he would ignore it. So I stopped saying sweet, loving things because he kept rejecting me. That is exactly what I'm talking about. When you, hey, from Missouri, hey, Sarah, when you were trying to be vulnerable, he rejected you. So you immediately closed off, but you didn't read it correctly. What he was saying was that he was uncomfortable with this because he knew that he would have to be vulnerable too. We were acting the same way. You feel like he's not the one for you either. Come on, let's talk about this. Spirit wants us to be honest. Spirit is wanting us to see our patterns. It's mirroring. We're mirroring back the same shit. If he thinks that he's not good enough for you because you have those same wounds, you have those same wounds. If he's afraid of opening up, you have the same wounds. And I was trying to be vulnerable, but he was being vulnerable first. I closed off my heart. And then when I try to be vulnerable, then he closed off his heart. You see the whole runner chaser shit? It goes back and forth. Look at this shit at the bottom of the fucking deck, you guys. Oops. Okay, look. Spirit says they want me to take these. Oh, stalemate. You're avoiding this person and they're avoiding you. Okay, fire is coming out for the person that wanted the signs. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Yeah, this is your twin flame, but you're both avoiding each other because you both think that this relationship is over. You both feel this, even though you're watching tarot videos every goddamn day, even though you miss them, even though they miss you, even though you think about them obsessively and they do think about you obsessively, you both think that it's over. You have resigned. What is this called? Resignation. You have resigned because you have given up on the journey. I've given up on the journey because a bitch is tired. A bad bitch is tired. I'm tired. And you're tired too. And the problem is we have been so stuck in our pride and ego that we refuse to be honest. We want to point fingers. We want to blame the other person. They want to blame us. But at the end of the day, it's both our faults. And if your person was disgustingly evil towards you, maybe that's not your twin. I mean, my twin was mean. My twin hurt me, but I mean, there's some things that are unforgivable. I mean, let me not say that because I want to promote forgiveness and compassion on my channel, but there's certain things that you can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't go back to certain people. There's certain people that have really done harm, but I'm not talking about, I'm not talking about that. So Spirit is bringing it to my attention that some of you guys have been in relationships with people that gone off the deep end, and not saying that they don't, because I'm a believer that narcissism can be cured. Narcissism is just a label that everybody could be narcissistic. Everybody has a sense of self-importance about them. But for the people that feel that your person cannot change, they can change. But if they are so far separated from the collective consciousness, if they lost her connection with their divinity, there's nothing you could really do about that. Some people have completely shut themselves off. But I'm not saying that if you were in an abusive relationship that that person can't change, but I know that for some of you guys, you just won't take that person back. So I'm acknowledging that. Even if it was your twin, I'm acknowledging that some of you guys are just not going to take that person back, period. And there's nothing that's going to change that. And I understand. But for the people that do want your person back, Spirit wants you to pay extra close attention to what I'm saying. Okay. Thank you for being honest, Ms. Holmes. I see that you took your message back. I didn't get a chance to read it. You retracted before I could read it, but I'm sure somebody read it and I'm sure someone was able to get something from it. Oh, so Sarah, you said, I told him we were twin flames. He felt it too, but we fell out. I do watch videos daily about this situation. And I'm thinking about him. All the videos are telling me the same thing. Yeah, me. I'm beginning to believe it. Be careful what you're speaking into your life. True. Exactly. I've been in hermit mode for a while now. I forgive him and I wish him the best. Yeah. So let's talk about his confessions some more. What are his confessions to the feminine? You know, my videos are super long, you guys. I'm sorry. So he's at a crossroads and he's saying that he needs to make a decision, but but he needs to do self-care first. He needs to get his energy up, resonance up, because he's still in this toxic shadowy energy, because he's still really beating himself up for what. I'm surprised guilt didn't come out. Let me see. What's this regret energy? I'm surprised guilt didn't come out because I know his ass feel guilty. True love. Wow. He does see you as his true love. Wow. Aww. He knows that you're his true love. I like this. This kind of brought some warmth in my heart. This kind of made me feel warm inside, warm and fuzzy. Because, you know, that's all we want to hear from our masculine. We just want our masculine to just stop being stupid and just say, you're my baby. You're my true love. I love you. I'm sorry. You know, like at the end of the day, you just want him to really apologize and really show you that he's changed, right? Like at the end of the day, no matter how much you so-called can't stand your masculine or you're so done, I'm so done. No matter how much you're done, all you really wanted is to hear him say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like really mean it, right? Yeah, remember that karmic. So, yeah. And I get where you're coming from, Miss Home. Oh, okay, I see. All right, so, whew, Lordy, he knows that you may not ever trust him again. Trust. What are your confessions, masculine? We want to know. What do you want to confess? Do you like these type of videos? Do you want me to do these every morning? Let me know, and I'll do these every morning. I wake up early anyways, so I can come on early like this and do these videos for you guys. Okay. But you guys have to watch me. You guys have to support the channel. Oh, these are my confessions. I'm going to play that Usher song on repeat. Just when I thought I had a, no, those are bad confessions. I just remember the lyrics. But look, it says here, someone wants another chance to make things right. So his confession is, I want another chance. I really want to make things right with you, but I don't know how to. So let me tell you about me. I'm stubborn as fuck. And yes, Spirit has been telling me to reach out. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to reach out to him. Fuck him. I will never reach out. He needs to say sorry first. He needs to come to me. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, you guys, let's talk about that. Because a bitch is prideful. I'm not going to say sorry. Every single time I get a channeling or a message that I need to say something, I reject it so hard, like with every fiber in my soul, like every fiber within my being. No, I will not say sorry. Not that I'm not sorry, but I just don't want to be the one to say sorry. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? You got cussed out because he's in his feelings. Yeah, and you're like, When I reached one time, my masculine felt rejected by me, and I reached out, and he was like, oh, but you don't love me. What did he say? He was like, oh, well, you don't love me. He was like, why? You don't love me. You don't want me. I was like, that's not true. And you know what he did? He completely ignored me. Now let me explain something to you. What I used to do when I was mad at my masculine, he would message me and I would completely ignore his messages. He would message me every single day and I would ignore him. I would look at his messages and I would not respond, leave them on read, or on Snapchat, they would just disappear. So what he did was he came towards me and he was super vulnerable. He apologized to me. I mean, this was the first time I got a real apology from this guy. And it was like real, like this dude was like shaking in his boots, like vulnerable. And at the time, I wanted to have a conversation. I was so bent on, I want to talk. And instead of just enjoying that moment and accepting him and his vulnerability, I pushed him really hard because I wanted him to tell me everything. And I kind of rejected him, and he took it hard, and he didn't talk to me, and I didn't talk to him because I was like, oh, he'll just reach out like he always does, right? Because I'm always expecting him to reach out, and he didn't. So I reached out. He posted something, and I asked him what was wrong because it looked like he was in a hospital or something. So I got concerned. And then he was like, you don't care. You don't want me. And I didn't recognize that as his wounds showing up. So I was just like, fuck it. You know, like I reached out. You didn't say anything. I reached out again. He didn't talk to me. So instead of me allowing myself to be vulnerable, I automatically went into ego. And I was like, well, you're not talking to me. I'm not talking to you too. And that's where I'm at. Like it's this pattern that I had of being hurt and feeling rejected and closing off my heart and taking things too personally. I'm not saying that you guys are taking things too personally, but if you do your inner work and you reflect on your situation, you'll see like there's certain times where you guys could have just been a little bit more nurturing. You know, we forget that our jobs are to nurture as feminines. And sometimes we become cold and rigid and harsh. And yeah, you know, if he cursed you out, it's because you guys both curse each other out. Me and my masculine didn't have that type of dynamic. He never cursed me out, but he said mean things to me. You know, but if you've had that dynamic, that's because you projected certain wounds towards him. So if you were a cursor, if you were quick to call him names, he'll probably do the same to you. So it just depends on your dynamic. But yeah, so I had to really do the inner work to realize that, you know, I was very, you know, resistant. I was very closed off. Like I was harsh. I was not sensitive to his feelings. And then when he wasn't sensitive to my feelings, the whole world was about to end for me. The fuck? The whole world was coming to an end. Like, bitch, did you just like say something about my hair and hurt my fucking feelings? Right? But I said some mean shit, you know? So it's you really just have to do a lot of reflecting. Okay? Don't call him if he's not calling you back, though. But if he cursed at you, it's probably because it's something he's used to doing. But yeah, don't tolerate cursing. Don't tolerate disrespect. But what I'm saying is they're regretting that shit, though. Trust me, he's regretting it. And if he's not talking to you, it's because he's not ready. Don't push it. Some of you guys, you might need to be the person to bring in this white flag. Not all of you guys. I feel like you guys, they're going to come in with the white flag. Because a bad bitch like me is not going to call him first. It's not happening. I'm sorry, universe. I've done told you this 10,000 times. You better make him call me first. Because I'm not doing it. Okay, I'm just not. I'm sorry. Oh, I remember every details of that time. If they are in the wrong, they're going to call you. God damn, we need to let each other go. Okay, what's this about? Okay, they want you to let go of the past. I wish I would have treated you better. Yeah, I know that shit. We need to let each other go. Not necessarily let each other go for good, but let each other go as far as like what happened in the fucking past. Like, let it go. Forgive. Because remember, they can feel you. Like if your energy is very closed off, you're putting out that vibration out there into the ethers. And you got to understand that. So if you want them to come towards you, you need to open up. Spirit, can you confirm that? Why? Yeah. Spirit is saying they need to love themselves and take off this false mask. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Who are you talking about, Spirit? Are you talking about us? Who are you talking about here? Because I'm not understanding that. Like, what the fuck? Ooh. Yeah, you need to let go of the past. Oops. Spirit is saying, yeah, take off that false mask and stop, being a hard ass. You need to let go, okay, of the past, letting go so that a new beginning can come in. Some of you guys need to take off your false mask. There's some false beliefs that you are still working through. And one of these false beliefs is the belief that you love yourself 100%. Or Spirit wants you to really make sure that you're really practicing this to a T, because this has been our biggest downfall as feminines of our what we create. Creation is on this card, because remember, somebody in the chat wrote, be mindful of what you speak into existence, be mindful of what you say. I have to be careful because my ass be saying a whole bunch of dumb shit, because I be mad. I be in my feelings, you guys, and I be like, man, fuck him. And I don't want him to come near me. He better never come near me. He better never call me. He better never. I'm always saying dumb shit like that. But then I turn around and then I'll start to cry like one day, like out of nowhere, like, why doesn't he call me? Oh my God, he doesn't even reach out. He doesn't even love me. Right? I do that. And why do I do that? Because it's a pattern, it's the I'm angry, upset, and and it is the automatic pushing away that we do, right? Because we feel rejected. That's what happens when you feel rejected. Your ego is automatically at the forefront of your thoughts. And when you feel rejected, your ego is going to say, reject back, bitch. Right? Right? So we have to be honest. And Spirit is saying that is an issue with self-love. Okay. And the reason why they're saying it's an issue of self-love is because that rejection factor. We run because of the ego. Right? Lessons of Pluto, patterns of control. We got to relinquish control, power. We want to be in power. And they're talking about me because I'm like, I don't want to be the one to reach out first. They're really just talking about me. They're really trying to air my ass out on live right now, but it's all good. I'm airing my ass out because I'm transparent as fuck, because I've done the work. I'm telling you guys, your girl been through the trenches. I've been through the whole mourning, grieving stage. I've done all of that shit. I've done all my crying. I've done all my, hurting, and I'm done with that shit. Like, I'm in a space right now where I'm trying to level up and I'm really trying to love myself, but my patterns creep back in. My not good enough sometimes creep up on me. It really does. It really just shows up. It rears its ugly head, and I have to really tell that bitch to stand the fuck back, because I'm a bad bitch, and I'm good enough, and I'm beautiful, and I'm everything, and I have to keep reminding myself, because those patterns are hard to fucking break sometimes. Right? Like, those why I've never been in a healthy relationship, or why I don't feel, loved, or whatever the case may be, whatever you feel. Think about why you feel that way and be honest with yourself about it. How does your toxic traits show themselves? How does your toxic traits show up in your life? I have a new guy talking to me. This new guy's really interested in me. And I've been getting a lot of anxiety because I've been like, what if he wants to go out on a date? Your girl don't know how to fucking date. The fucking last time I went on a date was with my divine masculine. And I haven't been talking to anybody. I've been in hermit mode. So I've been feeling a whole bunch of anxiety. Like, I don't want to go on a date. The fuck? Because it made me feel like me going out on a date made me feel like it's completely over. And I'm just like, what the fuck? I've been besides myself these last couple of days. Like, what the hell? why the fuck do I feel so discombobulated? Like when it comes to just being a normal person, I feel like this journey has made me feel very unnormal. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. Like what am I supposed to do on this date? Am I supposed to make eye contact? Like I know like the basis, but it's just like something in me doesn't want to, because me being this person that just 2 weeks ago was so done with my masculine, me being that person that was screaming to the universe to send me new love. I want new love. The universe is really funny, and the universe is very petty because because I said, universe, I want a new person. Where is my new person, man? Fuck that twin flame bullshit. I don't want it. I don't care about him. I'm done with him. It's over. I don't want to have anything to do with him. Send me my new person. And then they send me this nice guy. He's really nice. And then I'm over here completely like besides myself. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this new guy? Like, what does he want? Like, why is he texting the phone? Like, leave me alone. But what the fuck? I just told the universe 2 weeks ago that I wanted my new person. And the universe is being real petty because ever since then, I've been really like missing my twin flame. Now, mind you, just 2 weeks ago, I didn't want my twin flame. All of a sudden, I'm in my feelings, really thinking about my twin flame, really like crying over my twin flame. Like, bitch, why haven't you called me yet? Like, what is your problem? Do you not see these other dudes are trying to snatch me up? Hurry up. Like, somebody going to snatch me up and you're going to lose me. Like, what the hell? So I'm very crazy like right now. Thank you for your donation. I'm very like crazy right now. Like my mind is like all over the place. I'm serious. I'm being honest. And I know you guys are probably like, okay, but I don't, if you don't want to be honest, if you want to leave the chat, bye. But I'm honest and I'm going to tell the truth. I know that you guys do it too. It's like, come on, like seriously, universe, you're gonna bring me somebody that's like super nice on purpose for me to be like, wait a minute, universe, are you really saying that it's over? What the fuck? Is it really over? Hear me? I'm in bed crying myself to sleep. Like, what the fuck? Oh God. I know, like, what the hell? I don't want nobody new. I'm like, okay, universe, I get it. Okay, I don't want nobody new. Oh my God. Sometimes you just gotta laugh at yourself. And sometimes you just gotta see the humor and just, just the situation. Like, and if you're like still in that whole codependent, I'll never give up on my twin flame, bitch, you better get out of that damn fantasy and keep it real and keep it real G. Because a lot of you guys that are still pining in that codependency, I'm not in codependency. Okay, so that's one thing I want to make very clear. Me saying that I want someone new is me not being codependent anymore. Me saying that I'm ready. I'm just in a space where Spirit is really testing me out to see if I'm ready. Like I'm at a crossroads too, just like my masculine. Am I really ready to take that leap into something new? I'm open to it. Before I was not open. Yeah, and every time they come back, we run. Right. So we just got to be honest with ourselves. I'm not in that codependent. It's only him. I don't want nobody else. Guess what? If he doesn't come back, I'm not going to shrivel up and die and become old and let all my eggs dry up. I'm going to go and be with somebody else. So I'm not codependent anymore. But a bitch was last year. You couldn't even look at me, bitch. Don't look at me. I have a twin flame. Like, what are you doing? I don't want you. I love this one man on this planet, and I will die before I would date anybody else. That was me last year. Last year, I thought the whole world was coming to an end because my twin flame and I was in separation. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in a space where I'm I'm open to new. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm open to meeting new people, because if he don't come in and do the right thing, I'm not gonna force him. That's what I'm trying to let you guys know. I'm being transparent on how I feel, but at the end of the day, am I gonna put my life on hold? No. There's only so much you can do in this connection. If you reached out, he ain't answering the phone. If you've been waiting for 10,000 years, what the fuck? Like, what are you going to do? Are you going to stay waiting? Are you going to stay, come on, single? No. So, confession time. And then I'm going to let y'all go, because, my readings be super long and people be having things to do. Homes. Oh, what is home saying? Oh. Yeah, but the problem is if your twin flame is not coming in, it's because they're making the choice to not come in. That's the thing. That's what I'm trying to say. Yes, yes, I would love my twin flame to come in and apologize to me, but I'm in a space where self-love is at the forefront. And that's part of the reason why this self-love came out in this false mask. Spirit is wanting you to know that yes, although you love him and he loves you, at the end of the day, if he doesn't come in, that's a big ass motherfucking statement. That's what we need to understand, feminines. Yes, he can make all these confessions through the reading. Yes, he can. Trust. He can make all these confessions through the reading, but at the end of the day, if he doesn't come into physical, Spirit is saying, you see what I'm saying? At the end of the day, yeah, I know. I would be hurt if he went to somebody else, but what are you going to do? If he chooses to go with somebody else, are you going to stay in misery and cry? Or are you going to get up and go find you a partner to be with? Not really necessarily go looking, but you have to be in a space where you are good either way. That is what the universe wants us to learn as feminists. You got to be in a space where even if they don't pick you or if they go and marry somebody else, that you are going to be okay. Because, at some point in my life, I told myself that I don't know how I would react if my masculine were to marry someone else. I know I would be hurt, but am I going to be where I was last year? Hell no. I'm not going to be that person I was last year. I was completely, your girl was a wreck, was a mess. Okay? I don't want to be that person that I was last year. I want to be strong. I want to be okay that he put his path, and I want to still love him from a distance. At the end of the day, if you love someone unconditionally, you're going to accept their choices. And this is what this is all about. It's unconditional love. Unconditional love. That is what it's all about. True love. True love means that you accept this person and you accept the choices that they make in life. That's not none of your business. Lessons of Uranus. It says here, a theme of commitment or freedom or commitment. Bottom right here, I'm reading the bottom part. It says no expectations are the best expectations to have. Okay? Don't have a certain set outcome in your mind, because that's going to prevent you from new opportunities if there is to be a new opportunity. But there is a new phase in love coming. Okay? And it could be with this person, it could be with someone new, but what the universe wants you to know is that if this person doesn't take off their mask, right? If they cannot learn or heal and get past themselves and their ego, you are not to sit there and wait on this person. You are to live your fucking life to the fullest. That is what they want you to know. All right, let's get a final message. Whew. Wow, I just said this. If he cannot get out of his ego and pride, didn't I just say this? This is what the universe is saying. If he doesn't get out of his ego and pride, there will not be a reunion. You guys have to be okay with that. You guys have to be okay with that. But I feel like this is saying that he will come out of it. I really do. Let's clarify ego and pride. These are his confessions. What are your confessions? Clarify ego and pride, retreat. He has retreated because of his ego. It says retreat now for important self-care. He has retreated. Yes, this is your energetic match. Yes, this is a synergistic. But again, he has to come. Oh, it keeps saying new love, external party. Oh, some of you guys, yeah, it says acceptance. Some of you guys, you got to accept that this person hasn't retreated. And some of you guys got to accept that there's an external party. But some of you guys, you know, if that's the case, you're just reiterating what I just said. If that's the case, you got to be in acceptance and you got to take a chance towards something new because they're going to do it. Are you going to wait on hold while they're taking chances with other people? No. But we definitely have that there is new love. But I'm seeing that they may be separating from a third party. But let me double check. Let me double check on that because it says retreat. Talking, interesting, conversing more. Heartbroken, deeply. Yeah, they want to talk to you more. They're heartbroken over this separation. Tell me about this third party. Well, yeah, they're moving on from the third party. Are they moving on from the feminine? Are there, make this clear? Love call, yeah. Death. Someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you, letting you know. Endings bring new beginnings. It looks like they're moving on from a third party. Someone that was keeping them in their pride and ego. What's this reunion? I gotta double check for you guys because I'm not sure if this is saying that they're going towards a third party because that is the case for some of you guys. Why are you showing me retreat in third party? Because retreat for me is my breakup card. So for many of you guys, if they do pick someone else, the universe is saying be accepting of that and be open to new. But I want to see if this person is leaving a third party. But let me double check. What's happening between this person and this third party? Is this someone new they're meeting or is this an ending? What's happening between them and an external party? Mirror. What's happening between them and an external party? Relationship is evolving to the next phase, separation. Yeah, they're going through a transformation, this relationship, and there's a separation that's taking place. And what's that separation about? Is this a breakup or yeah, the relationship is over? So the third party, that's ending. All right, they're going to take a risk. And they're going to contact you after they heal. Let me show you. Hands of cards, healing. Heart. Let's see what's under healing. Yeah, and then the truth, clarity. When they heal, they'll have the clarity they need. Okay? This is not going to be for everybody, but it might, it's pretty much for everybody that's watching. There is going to be a reunion. That's what they're saying. I want to clarify it. You know your girl likes to clarify shit. Clarify reunion. Okay, this one wanted to come out. We have karmic relationship. Ooh. Clarify reunion. And we have date, meeting someone new. Whoa, getting back out there, date. Oh, okay, I see. This is the soul tie that's coming to an end. Okay. That's the karmic relationship because it came out with the ego card. Reunion and ego came out together. So this is saying that this karmic relationship is being severed. Some of you guys, this is a karmic relationship. And some of you guys are going to be meeting new people. But this is definitely, this karmic relationship is coming to an end, is what I'm seeing. If you are in a karmic relationship that you think is a twin flame, you are going to get clarity. The universe is saying that they're going to give you the clarity for you to understand that. Because a lot of you guys have not gotten the clarity, you're not sure. But I saw the truth card show me that clarity information that you were talking about earlier. Okay. The chaser in a codependent relationship. Bottom of the deck. Twin flames, yeah. The chaser in the twin flame dynamic is going to come towards you in divine timing and call you. But before that, there could be someone new that he's entertaining, okay, before he is going to have the epiphany. So just understand that he may be entertaining karmics right now, or there is a person, but that is going to come to an end. And then he's going to come towards you and chase you again and want to date you again. Because when I clarified it, I got twin flames at the bottom with clock under it. So that means in divine timing. And then under clock, I got love call. So this means that there is going to be a communication from your person. Just be mindful, though, of where you're at. Because remember, if you're still in this mirroring energy, you need to make sure that you're mirroring self-love so that that could be reflected back to you. So you don't want this person to come in when you're still in a space of not being healed. I think that this is why there's a separation between you two, because I think Spirit wants this person to come in healed. They don't want this person coming in unhealed. So they're allowing you the space, both of you guys, they're allowing you both the space to recharge, to clear out your energy so that you can do self-care, so that when they do come in, everybody's on the same page. Because if you're not on the same page, it's just gonna be the same bullshit back again. And I don't feel like this is the case. Yeah, sacred soulmate. Spirit is saying that no, they don't want them to come in parasitic. That's what they're saying. They're saying that you're in separation. Your person hasn't come towards you just yet because this person hasn't fully healed. They may have already separated from this person, believe it or not, but they haven't fully healed. So they can't come in parasitic. Spirit won't let them. See? Divine masculine. The Spirit is working on them so that they can open up their heart chakra. Both of you guys, look at what's at the bottom. Both of you guys are still needing to learn some lessons. Both of you guys are needing to open up your heart. Look what's under it. Jupiter. It says align, demonstrate, and express the values you have learned about love. Be open to new ways. Both of you guys have to learn. Jupiter energy is ninth house. It's ascension. It's spiritual awakening. Both of you guys have to learn. It's saying it right here, divine feminine, divine masculine. Both of you guys have to open up your heart completely. This means that you got to let all that bullshit out. The trauma, the baggage has to leave. You guys have to learn and demonstrate what you've learned based on these lessons. And there you go. Then you come into union. There you go. Thank you, Spirit. So Jupiter is going to bring in this blessing, but both of you guys have to learn. Both of you guys have to be in a space of self-love, or it won't work. It's just going to be runner, chaser. And I think that the reason why the separation is still in effect is because your masculine is in the process of healing. He is confessing to you that he wants to come in and make things right. He is confessing to you that he's been thinking about you and he's been reflecting, just like we've been talking about. He's been thinking about his mistakes. He's thinking about all the times he could have said something better, or he could have shown you more, or be nicer, or be more considerate. He's thinking about all of that bullshit, or all of the bullshit he's done, right? But as he's reflecting on that, he has to break that toxic pattern of feeling like he ain't good enough for you, or good enough in general. Because if he's coming in not feeling good enough, he's going to still reflect those wounds and project onto you. And I don't want nobody projecting their insecurities onto me. I already got enough to work through. I don't need nobody projecting onto me. Because when I met my masculine, I was in a good space when it came to my confidence. And he left me with a broken confidence. But I've rebuilt it. I'm rebuilding myself stronger, where nothing will knock me down. There's nothing that I can't handle now, because I've been through that situation. So it's like, if a man rejects me, if I'm talking to someone and they just fall off, that shit don't bother me. Better for me. Shit. When I meet new people and they just, it kind of just naturally falls off or they just stop talking to me, that don't bother me. I don't feel rejected. I'm like, okay, good. You weren't the one. You were wasting my time. I don't, shit don't bother me anymore because I've been healing. So this is what spirit wants you guys to get good at, healing yourself so that shit don't bother you. Don't take things personal. You don't create illusions. You don't think you're going to be cheated on, because if you think you're going to be cheated on, you're going to be cheated on. You don't think that you're not good enough, because if you think you're not good enough, then you know the rest. Spirit wants you to get in a space where you love yourself so that you can vibrate at that high energy, at that high resonance, so that your masculine can come in matching that damn energy. Spirit says that we need him to match you, but you got to match you first. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to love yourself first. If you don't love yourself, he can't match you. He can only match you. He can only match you where you're at. So if he comes in and you're not loving yourself, trust and believe he's going to come in toxic. So please get yourself right so that when he does come in, this relationship has a fighting chance. Okay, because we want this reunion. We want this beautiful love that, everybody's been talking about. Twin flame is so beautiful. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want a fairy tale. I want real love. I want realness. I know that there's going to be hard times, but what I want is loyalty, and I want honesty and transparency, and I want someone to be vulnerable so that I could be vulnerable, because a bitch is a Cancer and I like to be vulnerable and mushy and emotional. I want my man to be okay with me being emotional and shit. And you're going to let me be emotional. You're going to let me be me. I'm not going to change myself outside of, my true authentic expression. Yeah, I got to change the negative aspects of myself, but I'm not going to change who I am. You're going to accept every bit of this moody Cancer. You're going to accept me, and you're going to accept your masculine. Or at least you're learning to. So that's the reading. I hope that was helpful. I hope that you guys liked it and that you were entertained during the process, because I don't want to make these boring. I want to make these as transparent and as real as possible. I'm not, going to make my reading super perfect or super structured. I'm just going to read and just let the energy come through as it wants, right? And I hope you appreciate that. Please like, please subscribe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to come back tomorrow morning. Hey, 46 people. Hi, 46 people and only 39 likes. Can you like the video? Thank you. Thank you, guys. I love you guys. I can only be myself. I don't know how else. I don't know how to not be myself. So you guys are going to start seeing my mug once this big, huge pimple on my cheek goes down. I'm going to start. I haven't been putting on makeup, and I just don't be feeling like dealing with lighting and shit, because I don't really have good lighting. I have a ring light, but it's not even that bright, you guys. So, but I'm going to start, making videos where you can actually see me and interact with me. Stay tuned. If you are not aware, I'm going to be doing a ammonia jar today. So if you don't know what that is, look it up. It's going to be on my Patreon. I might make the first video open to the public so all you guys can come see, but videos are going to be for Patreon, certain exclusive videos. So if you want to be part of that, become a patron. You just need to be a patron. There's no certain tier to be part of those videos, the exclusive videos with my tricks and, my little tips. But you do need to be a patron if you want to be a part of that. And I'm going to be doing a live reading. I want to do this live reading. I'm probably going to have to do it tomorrow, the 13th, because the 13th I'm doing a ritual. But if you want to be part of the live reading on Patreon, I'm going to be doing live readings, like reading for people. Like, you could ask me questions, but you have to be a patron, you guys. You can be a patron for as little as $1 a month. But I will be reading, and I'm probably going to throw in a free question, but it's going to be $10 a question. So if you want to ask me a question, be a patron, and you could get a question. And I'm probably going to try to do that tomorrow, if not tomorrow, the 15th at the latest. Okay. Okay, you guys. Bye. I'm going to read all your comments now. See you later. Bye. Thank you for liking. I appreciate it. Bye.